Hello my friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to start my December daily. Yes, I want to get it done ahead of the game this year. So I wanted to show you where I was at. I've already started on the cover. So I showed you this book in one of my Thrifty Thursdays, and I don't know if I mentioned doing it for December daily, but I might have. But it's a 1991 Family Circle Christmas Treasury. And I brought it home from my used bookstore because I liked the pages. I didn't even think about making the cover into a journal at the moment, but at that moment. But now, when I brought it home, I thought, well, I want to do something with this cover. It's really pretty. So yeah, I decided to use it for my December daily, and this is the biggest one I've ever had. I've had several that were maybe, well, a couple that were maybe, yeah, 2 or 3, I guess, that were about 6, 7 inches wide and, 7, 8 inches tall, but none this big. This cover is, let me see how big it is. I think I'm going to cover this up and make something that says 2023 there, so that will be really cool. Christmas Treasury 2023. I could cover up the family circle and put something there as to maybe put December there, or my family name or something like that. But anyway, this is about 8 inches wide, and it is 10 1/4 inches long. So yeah, the biggest one I've ever had. My last December 2022, my December daily was made from a Christmas card. So you can make a December daily out of anything. But I have always sewn in my signatures also, and I'm trying this new binding lately with the elastic cording. So I have some new elastic cording that is thicker than this one. And this is a black cording, but I have a bunch of this that I had, I don't know, I got it in a package of goodness from the thrift store or something, somewhere. It just came along with some sewing, notions or something. So I want to use it. I don't know how old it is, and I didn't want to use it in a journal that I'm selling because I didn't know if it might break or something. It's thinner, and I don't know how old it is. So I'm going to try it out in my journal, but this is the closure. So it'll be like this. I left some extra give here so that when it's probably going to be a little, wider here, have some room. And then I thought I'd bring you along with me, and you can watch me try to put the threads, the elastic, through the rest of the holes. I already made 2 holes down here and 2 holes up here to thread the rest of the elastic. So I have a bunch of it here. And like I said, it was in like some sewing notions. So it's got, it's just a little bunch like this. And I have found about 4 or 5 ends here. So I'm just going to take one of the ends and start threading it through here and see how it goes, and see if I can do it right. So like, this is only my second time of doing this type of binding, actually. So what I'm doing to get it through the holes is I have a little needle threader here, because the holes I made with my crocodile, with the small hole punch in the crocodile. So it's a small one. I didn't want too big of a hole because, well, even if I use my thicker elastic in a journal, I can still get the thicker elastic through these small holes. So anyway, let's just get started and see how we do here. So I'm going to just start threading it. So this is how, I think this is how I did it before. Like I said, it's my second time, so I don't even exactly remember. I know how I did, I just don't know where I started. That's the thing I have to get down in my head, is where do I start, right? So we're going to start right here. Let's see. So I gotta, let's see. Let me, yeah, this goes on the outside. So let me turn it around here. The thread, the elastic goes on the inside, and what you don't see very much on the outside. So let's just start over here. So I'm going to pull it this way, and then I haven't cut off the other end because I don't know how much I need. So I just thought, well, let me just leave it attached to the bunch, and then I'll cut it when I'm done threading this whole thing. So then I'm going to go over here in the next hole right next to that one and then pull this one through. A piece of something there. As you can see, I put fabric on the spine. I don't know what else I'll do to the outside or whatever, but this is where I'm at. So I don't need that much there. Okay, let's pull that through. Okay. And then I need to go up here. And now I want this to be tight, but not too tight. But I want it to be tight enough to hold my pages tight. You know what I mean? I don't want my pages to be like flopping around or too loose or anything. So, oh, that one went right through without the needle threader. So, okay, that's my closure. So this will go on this side of that. So there's my two strands. See, it's all one piece. And then I got this one a little bit too long because I'm going to tie it on the outside. Yeah, this is how I did it before. Okay. That's what I did. Okay, so let me shorten that a little bit because I don't need it quite that long. I need enough to tie like a double knot and a bow here. So I'm going to leave, I can always cut it off too, but, and then I'm going to measure this side by that side and cut it off even here. Let me find my scissors. I think you can see okay right here. So I'm going to cut off even here. Let me move this up so you can see. I think you can see there, yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to put this one through this hole. You know, I guess I could have put it through the hole and then cut it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's in the middle. And then, like I said, I want these tight, but not too tight. So I'm going to leave them so that they are taut, but they're not, I'm not like stretching them. You know what I mean? I'm not stretching them out. They're just no like give here, no give, but they're not stretched either. So then I'm going to tie it out here. Okay, and I'm going to tie a double knot and a little bow. I don't have to tie the bow, but I'm tying the bow. It's like almost like another knot, you know. It's almost like a third knot. And you can, like I can undo this if I want to redo it, or if someone got a journal made like this, you can undo it and kind of retie it if you want to loosen it or anything like that. Put a new thread in there, whatever you want to do. New elastic. Okay, so there we go. So this is probably too long. Let me cut these off a little bit. You know what I think? Like I said, I think I'm going to leave this for now in case I want to make it longer. Like after I get done with December and I'm like, this is really not reaching around. I don't see how it would do that because I've got plenty of give here and it's loose. But I'm going to leave it for now, and then at the end of December, if I don't need that extra length, I will cut that shorter that closure there in the middle, this right here. So but right now I'm going to leave it, just in case. Okay, so what I already did was take some of the pages from this book, just a couple, and put them together. Where are they? Hold on, let me find them. Oh, they're right here. Oh, I've got 3. I'm having 2 signatures, but I've got 3. Okay. I was probably thinking 3 signatures because I didn't know if I was going to sew them in or do this or what I was going to do. So anyway, they're just going to go in like this. I'll put, these aren't necessarily the first pages or anything. I just want to show you how to go in here. So let's see if they fit. I might have to cut them down some more. I just went ahead and made some, like to fit in the cover, but not necessarily to fit in these elastics. So that one looks pretty good. It's not like the elastic is not pushing down on the page, so it's not making like a dent or anything, or a tear or a rip. So let's put another one in here. See how this one does. But if it was too tall, it could damage your page, or I join these together with washi tape. So let's see how we're doing here with the washi tape. I put it on both sides so that made it, no, oh, I glued it together here with the, like the paper, and then put washi in here. Okay, I see what I did. This is really stiff right here, but I will just flatten it out. And okay, so then the little, it goes right up in here. Yeah, so if it was too long, it would possibly tear your papers. So I would just cut it down a little bit if that was happening. But these seem to be the right size, so very, very good. Okay, that worked out well. Okay, so I've got the start of my 2 signatures, as you can see. And it's really cool because I can, you know, rearrange, I can add more, I can, you know, as the Christmas and December month goes, I can, you know, if I want to add a card or something and I just want to slip it through the elastic, I'll be able to do that. Or if I want to take a page out and sew on it, or, you know, whatever, take a page out and work on it, I think it's going to be really cool. So here's another one. Let's go ahead and put this one in, see how this one does. And then I'm going to probably, if this one's good, this one might be a little taller. Let me see. Oh, no, that one's good too. It's I think it is. Is it a little taller, or is it the same? This is so stiff. And I need a little bit more glue on my washi here. I know I put glue on it, but I really didn't get right to the edge there. So it's a little stiff. As far as, I made it a little bit too sturdy, I think. Okay, so let me put a little bit of glue in here. This is Dollar Tree washi, and I think I put glue on it, but maybe not enough. I did these one night when I was watching TV, so this is one of my TV crafts. I don't know if I showed it on my TV mobile crafting, on the go crafting video or not, but yeah, I was working on this during a TV one night, cutting down these pages and putting them together and everything. So that one looks good, but it's got a little gluey there, so I need to let that dry. And this washi here is okay, I think. Yep, so far. Okay, so we got, so what my plan is, since I've done a December daily, I've done, let me look around and count. I have them right up on a shelf here. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done at least 4, maybe 5. I can't see them all up there. They're all together, you know. But 4 or 5. So in the experience of doing those 4 or 5, I know that I like just enough pages or surfaces for the 31 days in December. Any more than that, then I have to start thinking of things, and then, you know, it gets a little, you know, because I want to put something on every page usually. So to take the stress out of it, if there is any stress in it, I just want to do basically 15 surfaces, and then the extra day I can share a page, and these pages are big anyway, so I can totally, you know, I would think easily get 2 pages into one day, especially at the end of December. I go all the way. Some people just go through the 25th, and so they only need 25 surfaces, depending on what they do. I go all the way December 1st through December 1st through December 31st. And so the last couple of days really is just like I'll put in my goals for next year. You know, I could put the December 30th and December 31st on the same page, my goals. Did I reach my goals for 2023? And then my goals for 2024. Wow, 2024, it's even weird to think about. So anyway, so we got that done. And here's what it's going to look like. So cool with this closure. I really like it. See, you don't see any of the elastic bands out here. You just see this closure, which I think is really cool. And I like these two because you can hang a little charm on here. And I think I can hang and put a tassel on here if I want. So I think that'll be fun. And so I have some more pages pulled out here that we can put in. So let me take this one out. And let's see, this is the one I just glued. Okay, the glue's dry. This one's so stiff though. Let me just take this one out. Let me see which one is less stiff. That one's pretty stiff too. Did I do? I didn't do washi on this one. I just glued the pages together. Probably I did those first, and I was like, those are so, like, way more secure than I need. You know what I mean? And it's a little stiff, so I just glue these pages together by folding, you know, by putting the middle of the pages together. And this is stiff too, so let me flatten it out a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna loosen that up. A little stiff. So, yeah, but it's secure. Alright, so what I got out is some scrapbook paper. So this is some pretty old, this is scrapbook paper is getting pretty old now. I've had it for, it was, you know, a good sized pad of paper, like 50 sheets or whatever. And it's just lasting forever, it seems like. Because I've had other scrapbook papers too, Christmas scrapbook papers that I've used. So I used, you know, some of this, some of that, and then I have some of all of them left. So I thought I would try to use up a few of these in here. So I think did I say what I was meaning to say? I'm only going to put 15 sheets, which folded in half is 2, and then you count the services, and that's 4. So I don't need a whole lot of paper in here. But I do want them to fit the journal. So I've got my template here, and you see how it takes up, you know, like I said, what was it, 8 inches wide, and this is only 12 inches wide. So I'm going to have to make some Franken papers to get the wideness that I need for these signatures. So I'm going to get my paper cutter here, and let's just start cutting and see what we can get done. This one I apparently cut out, this is little tags on here, and I apparently cut out one of the tags, so perfect pages to put together. But let me see, these two have designs. This one has a design, and this one, well, they all have designs, but I wanted to put this striped one, say, with this one, okay? Alright, so I'm going to cut off the pieces that I need to cut off here, and we'll see if we can get at least one of these in here. Oh, I need to cut off the branding strip first, so I can get it in here. Get my 12 by 12. This is a 12-inch cutter. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and get mine done, and then I would like to make a couple of December dailies for my shop. So I have so much Christmas stuff, and now I've collected quite a lot of Christmas, you know, books, little golden books, Christmas books, and I've already made a couple. I made a couple in Christmas in July, Christmas journals. So those were a lot of fun, but I do, you know, I didn't want that to be the end. I wanted to make some more, and I want to use this binding method that I'm using here, plus the some of the metal, you know, O-ring binding. I thought that would be fun too, because I hadn't made a December daily with those types of bindings before, so I think I've only made them with sewn in signatures, so I thought that would be something different and fun. So what I would do is join these together, and let's get our template here. Right, here it is. Let's see how we're going to do this. So let's make the front like this. I always like stripes going this way. I never like them going this way for some reason. I don't know. But so I always put them this way in a journal. I just don't like the horizontal or something. I don't know. So, okay, let's see our width. I've got a jacket on. I was cold in the house. Now I'm getting warm, so let me shed this jacket real quick. I got a long sleeve shirt on too. It's not that cold either. It's just, oh, it's a little chilly in the house, and it's a little overcast today because it's been raining too. So it's a little. It's probably not even cold outside, but it's not as hot as it usually is. So, but we've been having some cool mornings, like 55 to 60, something like that, 63 in the morning. So that's pretty nice fall weather, I would say. Okay, so there we've got that. Let's measure on this piece our length. I am not worried about pockets on this piece, so I just want to just get this together as far as the size. Okay, so let's cut this. I don't want it to be too long. Let's bring it down a little tiny bit there. Fraction of a hair of a fraction. Okay, so let's see how we did. Yep, it looks like, even though I brought it down a hair of a fraction, and it's exactly the same size as this page, so I'm glad I did that, because it would have been too tall if I didn't do that. Okay, and then I need to add a little bit here. So I'm thinking I want to add this. So it would just be here. Let's see, does it matter which way this goes? These are every which way, so I think this is any direction. But this way is not long enough, so I need to do it like this. I could do it like this. Let me see what that looks like. Where we have a little bit of white here, and then a little bit of color on the other side. That could be interesting. Let's see, and then we flip over, and we have a little bit of color there, and the white. I think I should try that. Anyway, it's going to be the same size, whether we try that or not. So let me just cut it down to size, and then we'll go from there and see what we want to do. And I think I'm just going to, like, you can sew or glue. I know you probably have all seen it before, but if you haven't, you can either sew or glue your pages, or both if you want, together, like when they're like this. Okay, so we've got this. Now, what did I say? Something like this. We can glue these two together. Yes, I think this will be cool. And then we can make a little flip over one way or the other. Okay, yeah, this is going to be fun. And that way I won't have too many scraps. I'm going to put, this is cardstock. Usually with cardstock, I usually like to use my Fabri-Tac. Just, it's, you know, it's a little bit heavier paper, so it takes a little bit more to glue it together. I got some glue to get rid of here off my Fabri-Tac. Let's get this going. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add this page and then go from there. Oh, I think we can add one more page during this video. I think I have time to add one more page. I have some music paper here, so this is what I'm going to be doing with the scrapbook paper that I'm putting in this journal, my December daily. And then we'll add the music page, and then I'm going to add more pages like this, like I'm showing you here, for the, I'm just going to fold this over here to measure, but for the rest of the pages, and see what else I need or want. There's another paper I was looking for and I haven't found it yet, so it's some Christmas stationery. And I don't know, I might just look through my ledger papers. I have some big ledger paper and some other bigger paper that is great for a journal like this. I like to put in pages where I'm not worried about what's on it. You know what I mean? I can just, if it's ledger or if it's just some kind of random paper that I've brought home from the thrift store, then I feel like I don't have to worry about what is on it, and I can just glue down whatever or write on it or whatever. Let me see if I think I want this to go back like this. I think that would be cool. Okay, so it would be in the book. We'll put it in the book in a second, but it'll be like this. And so you have the white, some white there, some white here. And I don't really mind white, because usually white is good. You just can put whatever on it, you know. You don't have to be, you're not covering up anything, so it's not, you know, you don't stress out about it. You can just put pockets on it, tuck spots, glue whatever, you know. And I like this because I always end up getting cards that are hard, you know, like big Christmas cards that are kind of hard to put in a smaller, if it's too small, you know, if a journal, it's hard to put it in there. This would be great. This was the original paper in here, so it was nice and pretty. Had these snowflakes, had a little picture here, a little Christmas or winter scene. So I left it there. So that was the original paper in here. And so this would be a great starter page for this first signature. Let me see where it goes here. Yeah, okay, so we'll make this the first page. I noticed, you know, I'm working on a little golden book journal. If you saw that video on, I think it was last Monday is when I published it, probably, and I decided that on these types of journals with the elastic that it would be best to put a piece of scrapbook paper on the front of each signature for protection of the pages inside so they don't get torn by the elastic, and on the inside right here. So that's where I'll put my scrapbook papers, front and center, and that has all the, then that'll have all the papery pages in between, and it will protect them from the elastic, just to make sure. Just kind of, I just get that feeling that, you know, like I said, this is only my second one. The little golden book's only my first one, but I'm just getting that feeling that I might need to protect the papery pages from the elastic, from the elastic rubbing here and here. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's make, like I said, I'm going to do the scrapbook papers like I just showed you, so I don't need to show you more of that. This is the second signature so far. And what else I pulled out was, let's see, I got some music here, a couple of music pages. Let's do one of those at least, and it's going to be the same thing really, but they're already together. I found one of my music books that I haven't, you know, I have a lot of music that I've taken apart, but they were spiral bound, so they're single pages, but this is a double page, and these are from the first 2 pages of the book that I might not put in anyone else's journal, you know, because it's not all music. It's just got this color here. It's got the contents page here, a little writing here, which is really pretty writing, and then it's got music. So I thought these would be, you know, great for my own journal. Here's a blank page here. That must have been the back couple of pages in that music book. But I thought this would be perfect for my journal, because maybe, you know, I might not put these in a journal that I would sell, but, you know, I wouldn't mind putting it in my journal, you know. Maybe nobody else would either. Probably not, but because usually, like I said, you're just going to cover it up usually. So let's cut these down to, oh, I was thinking I might make pockets in these. This is pretty thick paper. You know, it's not real thin paper. So I thought I would make pockets in the music pages as far as bottom pockets go. So that would mean I just need to cut the width here. So I got both of them together. Let me get this. I have to remember, if you get one of these, and I have it linked in my Amazon links in my description box in case you want to check it out. But these little guillotine cutters, I like this one because it's going to take up my whole table here with one of those big, you know. And the bigger ones are more expensive too, which they're great. Don't get me wrong, because I have one at work that I love, but it cuts so nice, but I just didn't want to have to store one in my craft room, so I got this little one. But yeah, I do have it linked in my description box. But I have to, if you get one, what I was saying, you have to lift the handle all the way up so you can get the paper where it goes against a little rest stop here, so you can keep your paper straight. I've done it a couple times where I didn't lift that all the way up, and then I end up cutting my paper crooked. Just an FYI there in case you get one of these, or you have one, or you just got one and you haven't used it yet. Okay, did we do that right? Yes, it looks good. Okay, so now we cut that down. We can make a pocket. Let's, since this is kind of plain here, let's turn it up this way. So I'm going to measure with my template here and make sure that's even, and then fold my pocket up like this and make sure it's all the way up there on the other page on my template. Move that out of the way and see what we have. So this side ended up being the plain paper, and this side ended up being music, which is upside down, but that doesn't matter to me. I don't think music, I mean, I know it's upside down because I played the piano, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's still pretty. Some things I don't like upside down, but I don't mind this upside down. So that's what that looks like. I don't think I'm going to worry about cutting my little triangle triangle out here. This paper isn't that thick, so I don't feel like it's adding any bulk here. And then all I need to do is just put some glue. Oh, look at a little globby glob going on here. And my art glitter glue. Let me clean that off a little, make sure the glue will come out. And then we'll get this in there and see what it looks like. And then I will work on putting in the rest of the pages. And then go from there, you know, like whatever I do to the cover, if I add a charm and a tassel. And then I'm going to get started on, well, I'm working on those little golden book journals, like that one you saw anyway, in Monday's video. Of course, by this video, I might have it done. That would be great. And then, because that's a whole week ago. And then I would like to make, you know, like I said, some December dailies for my shop. But we will see how that goes. Okay, so I got both those pockets glued and done. All right, so I'm going to do another music page for my first signature, but right now, I want to, even though this is my template, I'm going to put it in here. I just want to see. I want to see what this looks like. And I'll flip the other one too to show you. Because that is fun to see what it looks like when you get it in here. And it looks like it's sewn in. It's kind of really cool because it's like you don't even know it's not sewn in, because it just looks like it does when they're sewn in, but they're not sewn in. So I don't know. I'm finding this very cool. So anyway, so this will be cool because see how it matches. I guess that's what I didn't get to that point before when I was showing you the paper here, and this is the original paper. And it goes well with this as a first page. And you turn, there's my paper from this book. And this paper is really cool because it has different things on it, but I chose this particular right here is about crafting. And then this is recipes. And this is more recipe stuff. And then, recipes, how to make a centerpiece right here, and this angel, okay, and so that's, and then we have this Franken page here, and this flip on the back of the first signature, which is really going to be cool, because sometimes we forget about that, don't we? We just decorate this, and then we forget about this. And I could always turn this around if I change my mind, but I really kind of like it like this. And then the second signature so far is, this is recipe. Is it recipe? Yeah, recipe. And this is craft, making a gingerbread house here. Here's the music with our first pocket. And that contents page, music, pocket with that blank page, but it's an old vintage music, so you can see the creamy color of that paper. Here's the gingerbread house. And there's, like, every page in that book is so cool. I had, you know, I did, you know, it was just like, no matter what I use, it's going to be, like, I tend to save the better pages for my journals that I sell in my shop. But every page in that book is so cool. So it's not like I used the best pages in my journal. Not that I couldn't, but... Anyway, so look how it developed so quickly. As far as I said, what did I say? 31 surfaces, or let's say 31 surfaces. So let's count the surfaces already. Just those few pages. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, and count this as 1, even though it has a flip. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So already I have 20 surfaces, and I only need 11 more. So you can see what I'm talking about. But from experience, I put a lot into my December dailies usually, and it gets really chunky really fast. So we'll see if that happens this year. with the 31 surfaces I'm going to put in here, because usually I end up putting more in and I have to think of things, like I said. I don't really get stressed out about it, but I'd rather not have to think about anything in December that I don't have to think about. You know how December is. So, yeah, I'll come back and show you the rest of the pages and what else I decide to do to my own December daily. And then there will be other videos. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like. See you later.